right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol LI, Li Auto Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So Li Auto is actually on its way down. It broke through resistance. It couldn't hold up, broke through it back down in a downward direction, broke through the 50-day moving average, and is slightly hanging out above support. So this is very interesting. We're going to have to look at this closely on how this is going to play out here. But the 50-day moving average right now is 3174. Super important number to keep in mind. 3174. See if I can land exactly on it. It keeps jumping around. But to be exact, 3174 is our 50-day moving average. It just jumped up as I'm speaking to 3185. Keeps jumping around. Can't get right on it. But 3185 is super important to keep in mind due to the fact that if that gets broken through, we will be back into bullish territory, and as long as we're below it, we will be in bearish territory. So what was our support yesterday? Well, our support yesterday was 3050, excuse me, and look at where we're at right now. We are currently right on it at 3050. That's where we are. That's where we stand. That's exactly what it is. It just moved towards it. It was slightly above it. Now it's sitting right on it. So it's going to be very important to look at the lowest point reached today. And we're going to look at one of our resistance levels that formed here before it continued to fall. And we're going to look at all of this. That's very important. I had stated yesterday, as you could see, which is very important to realize this, that on the way up, I was like, well, there's not much of a way for me to say, okay, well, there's an exact support level here. But the thing that I saw, which is based off of my analysis and how I saw the chart, when it ran up, it leveled off, and this was the first time where the bears tried to appear, and then it continued to run up. The bulls didn't allow that. So I had stated that the bulls needed to break through resistance, stay above it. They did for a little bit, for about 2 hours, and then they got rejected, and their highest point was 41.68, and from that point forward, it started to hit newer lows. Well, you could see here that this isn't an official support level, yet we are leveled off right on it. We are currently leveled off right on it, and it's being used as a support, and we're going to see if it gets broken through and if it goes back down to newer lows, or if it actually brings itself back up so that the bulls can start to gain control. So excuse me for my terrible drawing, but the visualization is just so you guys can see how important these cues are. And you want to always pay attention to them based off the chart, and the support levels and the resistance levels speak for themselves, how the charts react. Who would have thought that since it ran up so much, it would actually go back down to this area? It certainly did, and it's being used as a support right now as I'm speaking and doing this video at 6 p.m. here at 6:06, and it's going to close the market at 8. But very interesting enough to think and believe that this actually happened this way, and it's exactly what the charts say. That's why I love chart analysis. It takes it back to like how I always say that instead of using a calculator, a calculator is good and everything, it helps you, there's nothing wrong with it, but when you actually do the long equation or the long division or long multiplication, and you take the time to break it down, you can really get the most important gist of what's going on in the chart, quiet down the noise of all the news and all the hype, and see exactly what the charts are saying. So we're currently using it as a support. We're going to see if it gets broken through. If it does, it will start to see newer lows, and we're going to look at our new support level here based off of today's chart and what it had happened today earlier in the day leading up till now. So right now we are below the 50-day moving average. It just moved up to 3185, and we just moved slightly below we were recently at, which was closer to 3060, and now we're at 3050. That's the support level from yesterday to today. It's currently sitting on it. We're gonna see if this can hold up, or will it tear through it. Now, if it starts breaking down to newer lows, the next support level, which is the lowest point in this bearish run and below the 50-day moving average, is 3017. I highly encourage every single viewer and investor to pay close attention to how this is reacting. Because if this breaks through support and how it's behaving, well, if it breaks through support, it's going to move to newer lows, move further away from the 50-day moving average, making it a lot harder for the bulls to reappear and bring this back up. But right now, we're still pretty close. The tug of war can start where the bears are losing traction and the bulls reappear. But if they break through the support, that's just signifying that we're getting deeper into bearish territory. Much more difficult for the bulls to reappear and actually bring it back up. So I want to emphasize, pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting. If it breaks through this support, and this support level is 30.17. Keep that in mind. That's the lowest point. And then the next support level after that is way down here before the run even started, and that's closer to 24.55. But we're not going to go ahead and worry about those numbers just yet. As of right now, most important numbers is the support level that we're at, and currently the next one, if it gets broken through, which is 30.17, to hit newer lows and pull further away from the 50-day moving average. And just look out for if the bears are tearing this down or are the bulls trying to reappear. On the other hand, we have what the bulls need to do. They need to break through the 50-day moving average to get back into bullish territory. And after doing that, by doing so, they need to use it as a support to pull away, reach newer highs, and get closer to the resistance of 33.83, turn that into a support, and start to reach newer levels of resistance, newer highs, and pull further and further away from the 50-day moving average to newer resistance levels and getting deeper into bullish territory. So super important for the bulls to break through 33.83, turn that into a support, and move further away from the 50-day moving average to signify that they're gaining leverage and gaining control over the chart. So super, super important. I want to emphasize that yes, the bulls need to break through the 50-day moving average to get back into the bullish territory. But the one thing that will let them know that they're gaining grasp of this chart and they're able to start to work their way up to new resistance levels and newer highs is breaking through 33.83 and turning that into a support. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you watched this video. So, trivia question. What is the lowest point reached here, which is our support level, and why is it important to pay close attention to that? And what was the highest point reached by the bulls in this bullish run, and why is it important for the bulls to break through that in the next coming days and weeks? I look forward to seeing your guys' answers and comments down below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.